Your energy is not only precious, it's sacred. And it's time that you learned how to protect it on a daily basis so that you stop absorbing negative energy and you stop giving away so much energy unnecessarily. In this video, I'm going to give you an energy boundary technique known as a shielding technique. And if you practice it every single day, you will be amazed how strong you feel. What's up, beautiful? It's Lisa Roulette, and I'm here to help you heal, navigate your ascension journey, and create a life you love. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you dig my vibe, please consider subscribing. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for joining me again. Whoever is here with me today, it is very likely that you identify as a starseed, empath, or light worker. So welcome to the family. In the description of the video below, I have a little resource for you called The Light Worker Simply Explained. This is a great book to find out what type of light worker you are. And as a starseed and empath, you most certainly are a light worker. What common professions, types of light workers typically engage in, the shadow side of each light worker, and also really what you're here doing at this time. So I encourage you to visit those links below. You're also welcome to join us in Lightworkers Lounge, a community of men and women who are remembering who they are and waking up to their purpose and their power. Now, before we move on to the energetic shielding technique, I want you to remember that anytime you're trying to produce something or manifest something, even in the unseen realm, like an energetic boundary, it takes time to build. The biggest mistake that empaths, starseeds, and light workers make is that they try to create a boundary when they need it most. We need to build our boundaries so that they're in place when we are being either attacked or we are unnecessarily giving ourselves away. So this practice is suggested to be used every morning and every evening. In between the morning and the evening, I would suggest that you also do an auric sweep. Now, if you want me to do a video on the aura and then an auric sweep, let me know in the comments below and I'll put that in the video channel lineup. But for the sake of time, we're just going to focus on your energetic boundaries in this shielding technique right now. So again, once in the morning before you get out of bed, and then once in the evening, keeping in mind that when we go to sleep, our soul interacts with other energies in other realms, depending on what level of consciousness your soul is residing in at any given time, depends on what level of consciousness of those energies you're interacting with. So just because your physical body feels like it's resting, the soul is not. The soul is journeying and traveling, and we want to make sure that it too has a shield. So once in the morning, then before bed, an auric sweep, and then an energy shield, and then again, next morning, energy shield. And once you start to do this on a regular basis over and over again, you're going to have that shield in place all of the time. And you will be amazed if you practice this for 2 weeks straight, how much stronger you feel and also how much more resilient you feel, especially as a starseed, empath, and light worker. Now, I want you to keep in mind that you can do the shielding technique any way you want. And with everything that I present to you here, I want you to take only what is useful for you and leave the rest behind. If it makes sense for you to adapt some of the things that I offer you, then by all means, if that adaptation works for you, that's what you should go with. So never take my word or any other person's word as guru gospel, but more so an invitation for you to entertain the ideas that we share and see which ones work best for you. So as we begin the energetic shielding technique, we're just gonna take a breath to come into the present moment, right? Where all manifestations occur, accepting that this is a manifestation that we're building over time. We need to make the foundation, pour the foundation, and allow it to grow over time. As it grows in our awareness, that energetic shield and boundary becomes stronger and stronger. So in this present moment, we can call on divine light, source energy to assist us in our process. And we can just imagine a stream of platinum crystalline light entering in through the crown chakra. And as it enters in through the crown chakra, it's going to come down the central column and to the third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus, sacral, root. And then we're going to let that light continue down into the earth, all the way into the earth's core, into the root chakra of the earth. And we're going to allow that column of light that is in us and through us to marry with the very powerful, grounded center of the earth. And as these two energies merge and marry, we're going to allow that energy to grow back up, coming back up through the earth until it reaches about 12 inches below the ground, okay? Now, when it reaches 12 inches below the ground, I want you to imagine it starting to spin in a counterclockwise motion. As it's spinning in that counterclockwise motion, imagine a platform forming below your feet. And when you're satisfied with the platform's build, you can then invite the energy to come up around you, moving up around the feet, around the legs, and starting again up the chakra column, around the root chakra, the sacral chakra, solar plexus, coming up into the heart, into the throat, the third eye, the crown, and just about 12 inches above the crown, I want you to send that energy in another counterclockwise motion and let that vortex of energy spin and create another platform of energy. Now, this has essentially created a cylinder around you, and this cylinder can be as big as you want it to be, and it can be as small as you want it to be. But the most important thing to remember about the cylinder is that it's safe, it's breathable, and it's yours. It's yours. You can move through it, you can push through it, you can exit it and enter it anytime you want. And in this protective cylinder is your shield, okay? This is your shield. And we want to be very careful to become increasingly aware of this shield. And the way we become increasingly aware of this shield is by building it on a daily and nightly basis. This is going to take our awareness toward the energetic capacity the shield has to protect us. So when you do this every morning and every evening for about 2 weeks, you should find that you are increasingly more resilient, particularly to negative energy that's coming your way. But you also should become increasingly more mindful about how much you're letting out of your shield at any given time, because as light workers, starseeds, and empaths, we tend to give away too much of our light, leaving us depleted and unable to replenish. So we want to keep this shield for the incoming and the outgoing. And the more and more you practice building it, the more it not only takes shape around the aura or in the auric field, depending on sort of how far you've built this out, but it doesn't matter how far you've built it out. But and once we do the video on the aura, if you guys want me to do a video on the aura, you'll understand maybe sort of how much further you can build it out. But honestly, in my early days of practicing this, I made this shield very close to the physical body because that is how I felt most protected. So you can decide based on your feelings and your experimentation over the course of 7 to 14 days. I would recommend 14 days. I would also recommend that you journal frequently every night or every morning when you wake up, how you feel as you start to build this shield on a daily basis. Asking questions like, do I feel more resilient? Do I feel less attacked? Because I think a lot of us feel attacked a lot of the time. Do I feel like I'm maintaining a higher vibration and not being so drained all the time? Journal, reflect, and then tweak your shield. You might find that in your shield building process, you prefer to go another direction. Maybe your shield becomes more like a box or a triangle, a Merkaba, right? Because that's essentially what our aura light body is anyways, the Merkaba. So it doesn't matter how you evolve the practice as long as you are keeping track as to whether or not it is truly protecting your energy, preserving your energy, and empowering you to build that light that you are and that light that you are supposed to become. That's a wrap for this video, my friends. If you liked what I had to share with you today, please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing, because when you do those things, YouTube says, oh, good channel, let's show it to more people. I love you so much, and I want you to always remember, stay in the luminosity of your light and never forget you are loved.